please tell me what is in the water in New Jersey that makes it okay for a grown adult to be with a 16-year-old, but in the state of California, that same creepy adult has to wait till the child is 18 years old before they can park their creep self in their garage. Please tell me, what is in the water supply in Jersey? Is the water filled with brain-stimulating multivitamins that make 16-year-old Sally to suddenly convert oxygen into life experience points so she can go out with a creepy 28-year-old and not be manipulated or controlled? Today we're going to be talking about the age of consent. Specifically, why the argument "it's okay because it's legal" is a lazy excuse that completely ignores how older adults prey on younger people that just became of legal age. The age of consent is usually written in clear, concise words. So legally, once someone hits that age, they can consent to a relationship with an adult. But here's the thing, just because it's legal doesn't mean it's right. Laws are often a baseline for behavior, not a gold standard for morality or ethics. I mean, we've all heard it. She's 18, she's an adult now. Or worse, if it was a problem, it wouldn't be legal. That mindset completely ignores how adults intentionally seek out young, inexperienced partners because they're easier to manipulate. It's not about love, it's about control. And the age of consent defense gives predators a shield to hide behind. When a 30-year-old dates an 18-year-old, the problem isn't just the age gap, it's the power imbalance, the manipulation, and the exploitation of inexperience. Older partners who purposely seek out partners barely above the age of consent aren't attracted to how not jaded they are or how mature they are for their age. They're attracted to how easy it is to control and manipulate someone who's inexperienced and basically the manifestation of a baby bird. An 18-year-old is just starting out life. They're just stepping into adulthood, maybe just finishing high school or starting college, just got their first adult job, or just figuring out who they are. Meanwhile, a 30-year-old has a decade or more of life experience. That's not just an age gap, that's a life experience gap. When you're 30, you've already been through years and years of being taken advantage of and landing on your ass because society has knocked you around a couple times. Until one day, these people realize how they can also take advantage of people, just like they were taken advantage of when they were baby birds. And believe me, predators know how to take advantage of this advantage. The age of consent in the United States varies by state, typically ranging from 16 to 18. While laws are designed to protect minors from exploitation, certain loopholes in societal dynamics can be exploited by adults to prey on young adults in a way that is technically legal but is still unethical and psychologically harmful. Adults can engage in grooming, which basically means when an adult, so someone over the age of like 21, decides to befriend a teenager and waits in the bushes till the time is right. So when their beloved victim becomes of legal age, neighbors and other members of society may gaze upon them with looks of disgust, disapproval, and sometimes even admiration, but law enforcement technically can't do anything about their very disturbing and unusual union. Grooming is about building trust, establishing control, and breaking down boundaries. And if an adult succeeds in laying down the foundation, the bricks, and the scaffolding, sometimes they live happily ever after.
I was 20 years old when we first started dating. He taught me how to be a woman.
in some US states they aren't even laws addressing relationships between adults and teenagers in professional and educational settings, leaving young adults vulnerable to being exploited by authority figures. According to information from the California Learning Resource Network, 5 states, California, Georgia, Maryland, New York, and Rhode Island, do not have specific laws that criminalize actual relationships between teachers and students who are of or above the legal age of consent. In these states, while there are general age of consent laws, the absence of laws that address the unique dynamics of teacher student relationships leave young people vulnerable to being exploited by teachers and other people who work in the educational field. In contrast to a state like Texas, cannot believe that I am using this state as an example. Um, Texas has made it a felony for any school district employee to engage in a actual relationship with a student, regardless of the student's consenting age. This clearly acknowledges that they're aware that there is a potential for abuse when it comes to these kind of scenarios. So yeah, even though there are general laws that do like state out the legal age of consent, in the states that I mentioned, California, Georgia, Maryland, New York, and Rhode Island, there's still a gap. And when that gap is there, people can take advantage of kids. Without state level legal prohibitions, enforcement of these policies can be inconsistent, and legal recourse for affected and preyed upon students can be very limited. So yeah, I don't care how mature you think that 18-year-old is, because he or she has good grades or they have such a great work ethic. Let's be honest, when it comes to having sense in a relationship and recognizing BS from a mile away and not being manipulated, people in their late 20s, 30s and up are better at detecting BS than people who just turned 18 and people who are in their early 20s. Now, it's not all of them. There are definitely people in their like above age of 28. They're still a lost cause and have deep-rooted insecurities and low self-esteem that makes them ripe for the picking when it comes to manipulation and control. But I could bet my last dollar that there are way more people in their late 20s and 30s who have sense in a relationship than the amount of people who just turned 18 or in their early 20s. Also, using the age of consent as a legitimate argument is one, really scary, and two, really dumb. Because please tell me, what is in the water in New Jersey that makes it okay for a grown adult to be with a 16-year-old, but in the state of California, that same creepy adult has to wait till the child is 18 years old before they can park their creep self in their garage? Please tell me, what is in the water supply in Jersey? Is the water filled with brain-stimulating multivitamins that make 16-year-old Sally to suddenly convert oxygen into life experience points so she can go out with a creepy 28-year-old and not be manipulated or controlled? Survey says, fuck no. 16, 18, 20, you're a creep to me. I'm sorry, you're a creep all the same. Legal age does not automatically equate emotional maturity, and we need to stop pretending like it does. Turning 18 doesn't magically equip someone with experience to handle complex adult relationships, especially with someone significantly older who's probably knocking at their door with intention to manipulate and control. And let's be honest, a main reason why people like this seek out very, very young partners is because they know that nobody in their age range is going to tolerate their BS. Okay, they've tried to pull a fast one with a 30-year-old woman, and she was like, hell no. So now their recourse is to put in the work with 17-year-old Sally and wait till she turns 18. We need to stop defending predatory behavior with the but it's legal excuse. Also, young people really need to be educated about power dynamics, manipulation, and healthy relationships, not just the basic definition of consent. Anyway, I will not tell you to like, subscribe, or comment. You will do that if you want to, but if the spirit moves you, or if my witchcraft just happens to work, I'm glad you stayed and I hope to see you again. Bye!